Hey guys, welcome back to Sinus's Final Fantasy VII Command Only Challenge Run. Last time we were on the 64th floor of the Shinra Tower in Midgar. Let's pick it up there. I, in reality, probably could have drug on the video a little bit more, but I was a little worried about whether or not I would be able to get back down to the save point or not after viewing the RP that you climb into the bathroom vent for. So here we go. That's what we're going to start with. I apologize again for post hoc recording. Again, this is being done with Windows Movie Maker after the fact because my microphone was not working correctly whenever I recorded the video initially. Also, this is going to be a long one. I think this one's almost an hour and 8 minutes. I'm going to try not to make them this long in the future, but because of where I saved after the last one, it kind of gummed up what I wanted to do today, or in this particular video and last video, respectively. So again, sorry about the length a little bit. I also ran into a bug that caused my game to crash, so there is a little trip up in it, so I'll let you know where that is. But it turned out not to be a huge deal. So we just gotta wait for Hojo here. He won't go up the stairs unless you try to walk past into the hallway there. You always have to sit there and wait for a minute and watch him. Now, I believe this is the last point in which I can run into the motor ball enemies which carry the carbon bangles, and at the time of this video I needed at least one more to make 3 for my regular party, but I think I end up getting 4 at some point, just because I would steal with Tifa because it's it's almost not worth it to attack with her. So I just had her steal, and on the off chance that I got a carbon bangle, I could use it or I could sell it. So I knocked the one out there because I had only planned on getting one at the time, and so it would just cut down on damage. And it's this was a rough section for my potion stock, so I wanted to clean them out and take as little damage as possible. There it is. This is one of the sections, though, that I had to re-record of because of how long it was taking to get carbon angles. In the other one, I tried to get 5, and the movie was like an hour and a half long. So in this one, I only went for 3, and if I got any more, lucky me. If not, no big deal. But this is definitely a section that made me want to get additional steel material whenever I got to Qhimm to help shorten up the videos a little bit and get a couple extra characters stealing when possible, so that we could get to more of the action and more of the reason why you might watch a command-only challenge, which is to see some of the changes in strategies rather than just watching me fail to steal for several minutes at a time. Here it looks like I'm saving Cloud's limit break, or trying to, because I know that the next boss fight is going to be one in which the boss can be paralyzed by his cross-slash limit break. So I was trying to hold it for that, but I'm going to end up using it before then because I always forget how much damage the third-class soldiers do, which is actually why I'm on this floor trying to run into enemies. And there I got lucky with another carbon bangle. But then I remembered after this fight, maybe I should check upstairs to see if I can find them up there. And I don't even know if you can find them on this floor, but they definitely do appear on the next floor up with significantly increased frequency. So I'll find them up there, take a ton of damage, but it is totally worth it. I really wanted to get a hard edge because it makes Cloud hit several times harder than he does with his traditional Buster Sword. And I was a little pissed that I ran into these warning boards. They're very annoying, and they have very long animations that, just a very pesky enemy when you're trying to get through things quickly. There's another reason for it taking so long, as I'm still trying to conserve Cloud's limit break. So here are the soldier third-class enemies accompanied by a motor ball, and I think I'm going to use Cloud's Limit Break here because that flying sickle attack, bolt 2 attack, or yeah, area are pretty annoying and pretty damaging. And the reality here is that I probably should have used Cloud's Limit Break on third-class soldiers, but I wanted to get the motor ball out of the way quickly as well because that would prevent me from doing full damage to the back row. I get lucky and the sleep spell misses here, and it wastes a lot of the magic power of one of the soldiers. Tons of damage and cranking out the potion, but I get a little lucky there that particular spell hits Cloud, and actually I get a lot lucky. That really could have ended this run in a hurry. And then I get Tifa's Limit Break here, which is going to help. But yeah, I'm just trying to get it down to one of the enemies so that I take significantly less damage and I can focus on stealing and healing. And yep, there all of his magic powers used up, so he's not gonna really attack me until I'm done stealing, which is very, very helpful. And because I took so much damage, I ended up getting Cloud's Limit Break again anyway for the boss, so no big deal. And there I got the hard edge that I needed, which was good. And that leaves me with only needing a few deadly wastes before I leave the tower. You could use them on the Rufus battle, but I ended up not doing so because I also had a Limit Break charged for that. But they were or will be extremely handy for me whenever I try to take on the Midgar Zolom and the Swamp later, because poison damage is such a big deal early in the game, and I don't have any other ways to cast it. Now here I go back down to the inn to sleep because I know that I'm not going to run into too many enemies given where I was and finished up and everything, so I wanted to save just in case things went horribly wrong after this. Go ahead and do some equipment upgrades, which are much needed. I think I forgot to put on some carbon bangles and the like, and then Cloud got the hard edge, which again, just a huge upgrade that's really, really needed in a no materia run, which is more or less what this is. Of course, if it was a no materia run, you wouldn't be able to get the hard edge, but still, it was really, really needed for me because I didn't level up or prepare for this as much as you would have normally needed to for more difficult runs. And there I just wanted to double check to make sure Cloud had the poison protection on, because that is a big component of the next boss fight. Here we're also going to see, get our first glimpse of Red 13's updated texture. Here I pick up the poison materia and just trash it. Now in the upcoming battle here, I'm actually going to ditch Tifa and take Barret and Red 13 instead. Big reason is because Tifa's limit break, you can't control the target, so since the boss coming up has additional enemies, Barret is definitely the best pick for it. Also, Red 13 is going to have fire magic, or rather fire materia equipped when he comes in. You'll notice that I don't use that at all, and I think it takes me a while, but I do trash it eventually. I get sort of lucky here with the paralysis. I didn't get it off before he poisoned Red and Barret, unfortunately, but I did get 2 free attacks for nothing. So, Red 13 took a pretty large amount of damage in a relatively short time there, and I definitely didn't react quickly enough, and he's going to end up dying here, because I have crappy luck in this particular case. But I suppose that's a bit of karma, because I've been having pretty good luck otherwise, all things considered. I know the boss has pretty low HP, so I decide not to revive him, because there will be plenty of other opportunities to raise his level. So I let this one go, and it ends up not hurting me. Here I know that I'm just gonna run into a particular event that I can't really control, so I don't bother changing the party. Also picked up the first enemy skill there, which is going to come very much in useful in about an hour in game time. I end up running into an enemy here, which scares me at first. It turns out only to be one motorball, no soldiers. I was afraid I was going to have to break the no escape rule. But I do get lucky here again, and I just take out the motorball and make a break for the elevator. I'm now home free, despite having saved out of fear there. Another Admiral Akbar cutaway would have been appropriate. Fun fourth wall break. Here I just talk to Eris in order to advance the scene as quickly as possible, and I don't talk to Red or Barrett. Another manly man moment where Cloud lets Tifa have the bed and sleeps on the floor. Good job, Cloud. Quick, guys, we're sprung! Here I have a forced party of Tifa and Aerith and Cloud, which is not overly healthy for me, given that some of the enemies hit pretty hard and cause some bad status effects. I mean, the redeeming quality is that Aerith's limit break is handy to heal, but I definitely would have preferred a better or harder hitting party for this part. So now that the biological monsters are coming out, it's time to try and steal those deadly wastes that I mentioned earlier. And they're on the four-legged sort of brown monsters. I'm also hoping to get Cloud's limit break gauge charged here soon, because it really helps with the solo boss fight that he's got coming up, and I'll get it here soon. I decided to heal with a little bit with potions, definitely not the whole way, and I think I am now looking for more of those four-legged brown guys. It turns out that I could have found them on the floor above, but I just ended up searching for them here. Get a little lucky with Tifa's limit break, ends up hitting the two targets that I want to get rid of first. Starting to wig out because I couldn't get Eris's limit break off. I may just barely get it off before the poison take. Nope, she dies. Never mind. Whoops. But, yeah, another one of those blunders in the run. I think I am still gonna, yep, there's the Deadly Waste, and Cloud's limit break is charged, which is good, so all I gotta do is make sure that, I finish off the here with Tifa, and then I'm all set and prepped for the boss fight coming up. I also get a free heal in here, so I don't think I bother resurrecting Eris. There I get a third Deadly Waste, which is pretty lucky. I have no idea when I'm gonna use it, but I got it in case I need it. I almost decide to use a potion, but I see the save point over here and make a break for it. Once again, getting pretty lucky in this particular segment of the run. Totally forget how tents work and act like a moron and use it before I resurrect Eris. I really, yeah, dope. But what are you gonna do? I was already over 30 minutes into the run, so I let this one go and just keep recording and see how it turns out. And despite my idiocy, things come out okay. Another solid instance of luck. I take out the four-legged guy quickly, and then this guy just suicides for not too much damage. So, battle goes really quick. And it was kind of funny when I was playing through. Before that battle on the steps there, I think Cloud was 1 experience point away from leveling up, and I was pretty angry that, you know, that tiny little boost wouldn't be there for fighting Rufus, and then I end up getting the extra encounter that goes really well for my trouble. So here I just do a little bit of equipment prep and so on. I think I ended up leaving Cloud and Tifa's materia on, but I may end up switching it into somebody else's armor here in a minute or so. Oh, guess not. Now, this particular boss fight is one of the reasons why this particular video is a little bit artificially long. It's because it's a long-range fight, and I really only have Barret as a long-ranged fighter. So for the first part of the battle, all I do is use Barret's basic attacks, and I don't think I get even any limit breaks for anyone other than Eris here, or occasionally Barret. And then whenever I get to the second part of the fight, I try to end it quickly with grenades. So I can just use the grenade items with Red and Eris whenever they're not attacking. But in order to try and conserve them a little bit, I don't use as many in the beginning here. Later on I'll find out. I think I ended up with somewhere between 3 and 5 left over. And I started the game with 15. So I maybe over-conserved a little bit, but it's not a big deal. That's just kind of a guideline for anybody who might be trying to do this right. getting ready to chuck some grenades because this part of the fight is just a little bit more dangerous. Not a whole lot, but yeah, just he can cause status effects and stuff like that. So, yep, just want to get rid of him pretty quickly. I was really hoping not to have Red 13 die again, and I got a little lucky, but I did definitely wait as long as possible before using a potion, and I go ahead and I get bonuses and I break a turn later, but, you know, too little, too late. So here I go ahead and load Cloud up with a little bit of materia. He's eventually going to need the enemy skill anyway, but, you know, just to gain a little AP on it. This particular fight made me a little bit nervous because what the Acid Angels guide recommended that I level up to about 15 before I took on Rufus, and here I was speeding through a little bit. You know, I definitely could have been a lower level, obviously, but I think I'm only level 11 or maybe 12, and so I was a little worried. But I get a pretty good start here. Cloud has a good chunk of his ATB charged, and Rufus attacks first, and I get a blast off on his Hound, which prevents it from casting Barrier on Rufus, which makes this fight go a lot faster, and I end up not having to heal or use any grenades in order to kill him quickly. There was the one experience point miss of a level. So, normally when I get done, I just cruise down the stairs and head for the save point here. But I'm going to get into a random battle, which nearly makes me crap my pants because, oh yeah, and it's a back attack, which is just, you know, icing on the cake. So these guys are both going to hit me with fairly hard-hitting attacks, and you know, one more of those little fireball thingies and I would have been a goner. So I pop a high potion, which made me a little angry, but in the end, it's good. It had already been such a good and long segment that I didn't want to give that up. And I knew even if I tried to run away, I probably would have ended up dying for it. End up letting this damage stay on Cloud because I know that when I get down to the highway chase scene, everybody's going to be at full health. So now what normally happened is, or when I initially did this run, is I went all the way down to the highway and the game crashed. So after I save here, there's going to be a blip where I hooked two movies together. And actually the transition sounded ridiculously well for only one tiny little edit. But I really wanted to have all of the bosses at the end of Midgard together in one video. So here, when I originally did the command-only run, I didn't finish it, but I did do up to this point. I got a little freaked out because I had no grenades and no potions left. And I found that I could actually go up to this store counter and buy a few more potions. Now here I'm in significantly better shape than I was then, so I buy a couple potions and 10 or so. Here I'm going to use Barret and Eris because I need Eris's limit break to help with the healing, and that makes it a lot easier to conserve on potions and everything else. I'm also going to change the formation to a backwards one, where all of my front guys are normally in the back and vice versa. You could call this a bit of forethought or a little bit of advanced knowledge, or some might even call it cheating, but it saves me an extra turn against Motorball from having to change rows and everything, because it's always a back attack when you face him. I also move the materia from Tifa to Barret just to make sure I get some more AP. Now this, I don't know that I would call it a bad motorcycle segment, but it's certainly, you know, another one of those instances where there are people that are obviously a lot better at it. Here I hit my run button real quick just to make sure that I don't take damage from behind. So I'll be facing Motorball. They take a lot less. They're also already in the rows they need to be, as previously mentioned. Now Cloud's hard edge hits about as hard as a grenade. You know, just about 40 or so damage off, maybe 50. So I have Barret attack, but Eris is useless other than her limit break, so I have her toss grenades the whole time. I think I may actually have Barret throw a few grenades. I'm not sure if I was nervous or I was just getting tired of Barret's regular attack not doing as much damage as a grenade would. Because of this guy's regular attack pattern, I pretty much knew that I was gonna get the Eris's limit break. So I just held out on her turn and waited for the limit break instead. And we're home free and out of Midgar. To make an already long video longer, I end up talking to people here because I forget that all you have to do is try and run off screen in order to advance the sequence and story. But pretty much as soon as I get onto the world map, I save and call it a video. But this is really where the command-only run really begins. Things start to get interesting because Matra Magic, the enemy skill, is located literally almost in the same place as Midgar, just in this sort of rocky, barren area there. So in the next video, we'll just go ahead and get that, and then the command-only challenge really starts more than just stealing and sensing and everything, which I don't think I even sensed at all when I was in Midgar anyway. And I take Tifa and Barret, or Eris and Barret again, just to maintain the sort of same party so that I don't have to switch up equipment or anything like that until I get to Qhimm. So I go ahead and save here before I run into any battles. Thanks for watching such a long segment. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.